morning, TNT. Good morning. Another blessed day. Another blessed day. So let me take a second out today and make sure we give the Lord Father thanks. Because like I see, he give me, my partner here had to give me. But he gave me. So let's be thankful for today and say a prayer, give thanks, and give thanks for your brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago, and pray for your brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago. Alright, so let me get into it. Now I was keeping all you up on what we're going to Russia and all this kind of thing, but today's budget day. Today is budget day in Trinidad and Tobago. And it just so happened that Miss Kamala missing again. Man, she busy fetting for Diwali, we. Busy fetting and thing here. You see, my ready here, so I wear my kurta and I have my dhoti and thing on. I comfortable with. So, Mr. Tanku, you're welcome. Let me talk about the budget. Let me talk. So let me talk about the budget, Trinidad and Tobago. Like I tell all you, it's going to be not at $60 billion. Not at $60 billion. But ironically, they're saying it's only going to be $5 billion deficit. Okay, and that don't sound like plenty money. But when you take into account the population of Trinidad and Tobago, that is real money. That is no joke money. That adding to a deficit that Trinidad can't afford right now, and they're spending more money. Where that money coming from and where it going? But them is saying. But Mr. Tanku open him out and see one interesting thing that had me thinking. At a Diwali fete, Mr. Man had to bring out Lord Rama and this thing and that thing and talking about exile and how the Trinidadian nationals in exile all around the world, and it's convenient. It's convenient where he talking about. He mentioned London, New York, Miami, Toronto, Dubai. But when you hear national, you think this is foreigners living abroad, and all he's saying is time for you to come home. You've been in exile from Trinidad for too long. Time to come home and rebuild your country. So I start and look and see, well, what this man talking about? He ain't talking about Trinidadian nationals. Nah. Them talking about diaspora. Them talking about people who grandmother and grandfather was a Trinidadian. Them are born there. The mother and father are born there. Well, Mr. Tanku, let me tell you something. And this is obvious, but I feel you are misinformed. Either that or complete blasted ignorance. I is a Trinidadian. I born in Trinidad. I grew up in Trinidad. My daughter is not a Trinidadian. She ain't born there. She father is a Trinidadian, but she ain't born there. Now, if she want to get citizenship and things, she could get because she father is a Trini. But if I born somewhere else, and my mother and father born somewhere else, but my grandmother and grandfather born in Trinidad, that don't make me a Trinidadian partner. I am a citizen. I am a national of the country I am born in. Here's a good example. Here's a very good example. Part of my heritage like I see, I have a father, I have a real father, and I have a biological father. But my real father is a Trini. That is my father. But let me go through biology. My biological father was Polish Canadian. But he wasn't Polish. He was born in Canada. He was Canadian. But his parents were born and raised in Poland. They left Poland because of the war. Because of the war with Germany, that's why they leave. Now, Poland have something close to the diaspora law. They have something close to that. And you can apply. But it ain't easy to get at all. You have to prove a cultural tie to the country. You have to prove it. You have to prove a genetic link to the country. You have to prove it. And even then, you were lucky to get it. And now they getting rid of that. Them getting rid of it. Because they say, because you grew up eating Polish food and reading Polish magazine and eating Polish chocolate don't make you Polish. So because you grew up eating some kind of watered down version of curry and eating North American style doubles, which is not the real thing, but what you get, you get. And listen to soca and chutney and thing, and that don't make you Trini. You don't know the country, you don't know the culture. You are no one blasted ass about the place. You might have go there and visit once or twice in your life, but that don't make you a Trini at all. You had no ties to that country. But, and here's the but, Mr. Tanku, and you're welcome. All you want them one. Nah. All you want the broke one. All you want the people who brokes. Nah, you ain't want them. All you offer them diaspora link and thing. Nah, partner. All you offering them citizenship. What you're doing is all you offering the ones that have money. Because it is you that say, come and build your country. Invest in your country. All the nationals around the world. Well, I is a Trinidadian national. And I live in somewhere else. Me ask you a question, partner. Me ask you a serious question. My daughter could go down the street there so with my wife and walk up and down that street there 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night if they want. Me have to be there. Me have to worry. But now my front gate open all blasted. Nobody do step a foot in my yard. at all. Me, I no gun in my house. That comment, don't worry. But me, I have one, and I have a right to get one here. I have the right to get one. Me, I have that. And nobody don't come here. Nobody's stupid enough to come in my yard and try and break in my house. Because other than dealing with me, partner, them may want to get hold by police in this country. Because where them going, they may want to go. And unlike Trinidad, partner, when you get locked up here, them don't care about your rights, you know. You ain't have no rights, you know. Your rights going out the window. They may see you as a citizen of the country no more, you know. They may see you as a national of the country no more, you know. You're a criminal, and them do care one aspect. If you go down the street and shoot a girl on the street there, so in this country, and have police there, partner, they lock you up one time, they charge you one time. You can't do that. Here, you can't do that. They have military and police everywhere. 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 And them don't care at all. My family safe here. Real safe. So let me ask you a good question. If my family here and they safe, Mr. Tanku, and you're welcome, why the ass I go and bring them to Trinidad? What for? Give me a reason. To fix the country. But I will do anything to help my brother and sister in Trinidad. But me doing one ass, me lifting one finger to help all you. It's all you break it, you know. All you want to look down your nose and UNC this and UN, not UNC, and PNM do this at 10-year corruption. Everybody forget Miss Kamala. What about the Regina King case? What about Email Gate? What about the Piaco Airport corruption scandal? What about the amendment to the corruption bill that will reduce the time for corruption? Right as soon as she partner Munila started getting real trouble for corruption and money laundering and all kind of thing. What about that one? What about that? Okay. But all you want to talk about corruption? Okay. What about the police who was on watch when over 20 kilos of drugs gone missing from the police station evidence room? What happened with that? Nothing. Okay, that ain't happened. No. Nah. But all you going after Nigel Stoddard for filing an STR report, the Financial Investigations Unit. Well, I know somebody who does do anti-money laundering. That is a job. I ask. And what I was told was they have a right to file a STR report on any suspicious transactions that they see fit. And it could be something as simple as too many wire transfers or deposits in large amounts that are regular or irregular that they deem suspicious. It could also be done after someone is being investigated for corruption or some illicit activity. Now, me is saying nothing about Gary Griffith because me I know the whole story behind the case. But from what I see, there were a couple investigations on him for certain incidents. The biggest one being the firearm user license, among others. And that is enough grounds right there to file a STR report. Me is saying they're right. But I also am saying that the man do have a right to file a report. He had every right to file a report. Was it overreach? Absolutely. He overstepped his bounds. But he had that right to do that. And conversely, 80% of the financial crime going on in Trinidad, them are catching. So, there's a case of pot calling kettle black. So what about Kevin? What about that Minister Lee? Miss Kamala, what about he? And Leong Poi, what about them? And Leong Poi was with you, next to you, in Cuba, in 2011, standing next to Fidel Castro. And then Mr. Leong Poi own racehorse and thing in Arima racetrack there, so. Miss thing I have family own racehorses there. Had. I know that racetrack like the back of my hand. I used to play inside of there as a boy. So the Minister Lee buy a Mercedes for $2 million, a $2 million Mercedes. And the law states you could get a discount and avoid these taxes if you're a minister or government official. $800,000 in import and another $200,000 plus in VAT and all kind of tax. Over $1 million. Come out about $1.4 million. And you can't sell the car for at least 2 years. But that car was gone immediately. And who owned it? Mr. Leong Poi. And that same man invests plenty money in the UNC for your political campaign. Okay, baby? He invests real money in your campaign. When the charges were first brought up, they say they don't have enough evidence, so they drop it. That is what they say, not enough evidence. But then they recharge him. And Young Poi, whatever his name is. Both of them get charged and both of them out on bail. But all you want to open your mouth and say is double jeopardy. Well, madam, you don't know what double jeopardy is. You know? in order for it to be classified as double jeopardy, you must have either been found guilty in court or had all charges or beat the charges in court. You must have had to gone through a trial and had the charges either removed because the case couldn't proceed forward. So you win your case or you lose your case. That is double jeopardy, madam. The case never went to court. Before it go to court, they drop it. And who drop it? A UNC judge. Convenient, huh? Convenient. And now all you're bringing out a bill, $60 billion budget. It's no budget, madam, that is a bill. And all you're going to use terms like generational investment. Okay. Well, let me tell you what generational investment is. A nice way to say we thieving money. Because it had no way they could do that. No blasted way. That is a nice way to say they reallocated money to put it in their pocket. That is it. Because that money going straight into investments that could make them money, not all you. You really want to fix the country, madam? Let me tell you what you do. You complain about crime and thing. Hold on. Hold on. Bread man just gone. Anyway, here's what you do, madam. Here's what you do since you're hiding. Since you're hiding, you don't want to talk. But you go and wind up your ass and thing for Diwali. All right, Miss Thing, let me sort you out. Instead of investing money here, and investing money there, why you don't take the money and pay your police and pay your military more money and send them out and tell them go hold every blasted criminal in the country? Why you don't do that? Why do that first? And then have the head of national security do an investigation into every politician and government official in the country. And then go after all the police stations and lock them up. Every last one, lock them up. How you invest in money in the country and all your corrupt, all your thieving money. All your from PNM, UNC, none of all different. All is the same thing. Oh, you want to talk about PNM? Madam, I send you this on Twitter. Ask you a question on Twitter. How much money they pay you and Moonilal to sign that bullshit ExxonMobil deal? Me I get answer from you. At all. But you want to talk about corruption. And all you want to see that this bill is the best thing for Trinidad and Tobago. It will bring money into the country and we will rebuild the country stronger than ever. Madam, when you was there in 2010, you almost crashed the blasted economy. You was so bad. People know PNM was going on thief real money and they still vote for them, you know. And you was campaigning to run again. And who was backing you? Who was backing you financially? American investors. You didn't say that. You didn't say that. And when you come back, one of the first things you do was bring in this diaspora bill. For who? them same foreign investors. And all you want to talk about corruption? All you going and mama guy everybody in the country with some bullshit bill that next year they go feel it in their ass. All you see, well, we're going to try and lower the price of gas. Try. Misting gas in Dubai there, so is not even it's like 50 cents a liter. Less than 50 cents a liter. It's in Dubai. Venezuela cheaper. Cheaper there. But you're gonna try. But all you're doing one thing for diesel. Madam, all them big truck and thing in Trinidad driving and all the ship and boat and everything bringing stuff in the country run on diesel. So if you're not touching diesel, that means the price of food and thing is not going down. So when you gonna tell them we're going to lower the cost of living, that is a kiss me ass lie. Because without touching the price of diesel or lowering the price of diesel, which is the easiest thing, the first set of petroleum them does get from the refinery process is diesel. Without touching that, nothing going down. Nothing. Me care how much money you bring in the country, how much investment you bring. Nothing going down. The price of nothing going down. As a matter of fact, with all this money, all you're spending, taxes will have to go up. Go and tell them that about your blasted kiss me ass budget. When economists worldwide are saying that your $60+ billion budget will collapse the Trinidad economy. But it will make it a better state for foreign investors to come in under the new diaspora law and pick up property and all these things at a reduced cost. Because now Trinidadians can't afford it. No matter how much you drop it, they can't buy it. You cripple the country, you cripple their bank account, you and PNM. And when people think all they was fighting against each other, partner, all they was working together, because you set the ground rules, you set the foundation. They come and put up the wall, and misting now you making the roof, now you putting up the roof there, sir. But you feel Trinidadian dotish, you feel they're stupid. See all you? People like all you deserve to be in. You almost make my cuss, you know. You almost make me cuss this morning. And this early morning, me, I want to cuss. I trying hard not to cuss. I trying this thing. Because I see all you kind of cuss and thing you just Lego in your Twitter account. Your mouth hot. But now your mouth blasted quiet. You was saying one ass. You was nowhere to be found. But you have money to go buy new sari and all kind of thing. You had that kind of money? People in Trinidad that to fix up the old sandals and thing they can't afford thing. But you have money for new salary. You have money to drive new fancy car. You had that kind of money, eh? And you go have more because the only investment I see this new budget go bring is investment into foreign bank accounts, foreign offshore bank account. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Because you and I know. Because I tell you on Twitter, I say, I know you sell Trinidad and Tobago. And all you planned that when Obama was there. Because you and Munilal went and meet with Obama. And Fidel Castro. And you work a deal with China. You're greedy? You're greedy, huh? They offer you a plate of food. But Miss Thing, you want the whole kiss me ass pot. Alright. Alright, Miss Thing. You go get it in your ass. You go get. You go get. Wait and see what happened after that U.S. military announcement early next year. Wait and see. Wait and see. When Trinidadians find out that the Caribbean will become part of what they call in the United States new federation. That's what they call it now. They're already setting up all the government and thing right now. Military tribunal. You know this. You know what's going on in the water. You know what's going on with Venezuela. Madam, you know if anything happens, Trinidad go feel it. And you know this blasted bullshit dragon pipeline, that is the only way that's happening, Miss Thing, is if United States take over Venezuela. United States must seize control of Venezuela for that to happen. Tell you that before. So you ain't had no deal. There's another lie you're giving them. But how much money you get for that, Miss Thing? How much money? You want to talk about people's bank account and corruption and this one corrupt and that one corrupt. Miss Thing, show everybody your taxes now. Show the country your investment. Show them your offshore account. All you, from Alexander, Munilal, all you. Show them. Because them paying all you know. Is we tax dollars paying your blasted salary, you know. Show we. You ain't gonna do that. You go feed them a bullshit bill today. A bullshit bill. And you go in and crash the economy in Trinidad and Tobago. And then hand it over to Mr. Donald Trump. That is what you just do. And that is why you're using the diaspora bill to try and bring in foreign investors. Not foreign investors. Is the new owners. Because them same people go run the government, control the laws, change the laws, and run the country. So it don't matter what that flag say. It don't matter what we anthem say. Because who controlling government, controlling the country. Like the Rothschild tell the King of England, he who controls the money controls the kingdom. You go get Miss Thing. You go get. Because Trinidadians, they go only shut them out for so long. And madam, when my brothers and sisters in Trinidad had enough and they start to rise up together, not just Trinidad, the whole Caribbean, because you put the whole Caribbean in danger. You single-handedly do that, Miss Thing, while you winding your ass up and thing for Diwali. You ain't gonna have a problem with just Trinidadian alone. You just create a Caribbean problem. And when all my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean come together, it's your ass go feel it. It's your ass. And then Miss Thing I will come home with a carib in my hand and my kurta on, and I go wind up and dance up and get on bad in the street with my brothers and sisters. But you go be running and hiding for the rest of your life. Me, I had to hide. So thank you and you're welcome. Tell them the real story behind this budget. Tell them. And tell them how much money these so-called nationals putting in all your pocket. Tell them that story. Tell them. Oh yeah, and don't forget to bring up the all the new US military and equipment and stuff landed in Trinidad. Tell them about that one too. Tell them about that. And tell them about the talks about nuclear testing off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago. Tell them about that too. Tell them. Anyway, earlier, look out for this budget today. And remember, everything they tell you, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a pong of salt. There's a lie they gain all it today. It's one big story they gain all it today. All of them is the same. P&M, you won't see none of them. Donald Trump, Putin, this one, that one, partner, every last one of them is the same. Them don't make money with peace. Peace don't make money because peace will crash the military industrial complex, and that is trillions of dollars that are happening. That are happening because all them same people had their money tied up in that. Lockheed Martin, Boeing, this one, that one. That's where they had their money. And they're sacrificing their money for all you. It's a story. Because not one blasted thing will get done. So like I always say, I love all you. Love all you too bad. I love my Trinbagonian brother and sister. I love my Caribbean brother and sister. I love all you too bad. Come together. All are we is one people. All are we is one Caribbean, you know. All are we. All are we. A nation divided cannot stand. And if all you're busy fighting each other, all you're making it easier for them to thief and give away a country. You're making it easier for them. Because you ain't gonna get nothing out of it, I promise you. In the end, you go lose everything. It don't matter what you think you have. It don't matter what you think you put in away. They go come and thief it. They go come and take it from you. You can't keep it. They will take it from you. But they can't thief your spirit. They can't take your pride. And they can't take your faith. Partner, it's better to die on your feet than live on your knees, you know. And we's a proud people. We don't bend we head and we knee for nobody except God. So don't do it now. Don't do it now. And our quota say, and this just to apply to Trinidad and Tobago, this apply to every Caribbean nation out there. And I talking to every Caribbean nation. Together we aspire. Together we achieve. Together we achieve. Together. So God bless all you. God keep all you. And God bring back the Caribbean. Beautiful, beautiful blue Caribbean. Strengthen we. Humble we. And restore the love that has been corrupted by hate and greed. God bless all you. God keep all you. Take it easy, Jack.